Hey, it's Nori Nori, and I'm coming to you live from vacation. And I couldn't let another day go by without talking about Nate Parker's film, Birth of a Nation. I have to say, it's a stripped down film. It's not glamorized, it's no beauty in it except for the fact that black people were able to persevere. So normally when I do these videos, I'm all dressed up and got makeup on and lip gloss and all of that. But this video, I wanted to strip it all away, strip all the way down to just me, who I am. And a few things about this film. When I left this film, I was visibly distraught. People were looking at me like I was absolutely insane. I was crying and I was bawling and I had to take a minute to regroup. When the film was over, the theater was silent. Nobody said anything. Nobody moved abruptly. It was a lot to take in, and it was a lot to soak in. And I'm sure I have a different perspective or a different view on this film than most. But it's needed. It's timely. I hate that it wasn't supported as much as it needed to be. Personal situations in Nate Parker's life overshadowed the brilliance of this film, and I think that's one of the things that's so unfortunate about what has happened and what has taken place with this film. Because in America, the land of the free, if you are vindicated, if you have a court trial and you are acquitted or you are deemed not guilty, that's supposed to be the end of it. Public opinion is a bitch. Public opinion will have a wonderful film such as The Birth of a Nation not be successful in the box office, and that's unfortunate, right? So to get to the film, let's talk about The Birth of a Nation. It is a rated R film. It runs for approximately hour and 50 minutes. It's the life and story of Nat Turner as interpreted by Nate Parker and his team and his staff. He directed the film. He's a screenwriter on the film. And we get a chance to understand his journey as a young man and God's calling on his life and what that meant. From a young one, he had these birthmarks that were on his chest that from the African and tribal ancestry meant that he was a special kid, that he was possibly anointed. And so we go on this journey as he gets older and he's working in a cotton field. And Armie Hammer, who plays Samuel Turner, which is one of the slave masters in the film, we get a chance to see how he really likes Nat Turner. And if color wasn't an issue, they would probably be the best of friends. That was my interpretation of their relationship. But as time goes on, they both grow into their individual selves. And Samuel Turner is a slave master. He inherits it from his father. Nat Turner, as a young boy, the mother of Samuel Turner, she saw something really special in him. I think her name is, and I'm looking at this information, Penelope Ann Miller plays Elizabeth Turner, and she saw something really special in the fact that he could read, and he was trying to sound out these syllables and figure it out. And so she started to help him read the Bible. And although he couldn't read any other of the books in the room, the Bible was her gift to him, so to speak. And it's funny because I see a lot of people say, the Bible is the white man's book and how we were oppressed and all of these things that people say negative about the Bible and the Word of God. But I would say this: if you look at how Nat Turner interpreted the Word of God, I thought it was beautiful. I thought it was brilliant. I thought I captured the glory in how people can take the Word of God and use it for manipulation, for evil, for hardships on other men. And I saw how it can also set you free and give you a deliverance that no man on this earth could possibly give you. And the mind is the most powerful thing. The mind is such a beautiful gift that God has given us. You know what I'm saying? And so he took the word of God and he took it for face value. He saw how they used him as a man to keep the slaves downtrodden and to mentally, keep them enslaved. Because it wasn't the physical change, it was that mental aspect of keeping them down and having a nigger preacher to preach to them so he could really reach them. But what happened was Samuel Turner saw this and Nat Turner saw this. That wasn't the will of God, to keep these people beaten and under submission in this way. So I say all of that to say Nate Parker did an amazing job. When I tell you he did an amazing job, it was beautiful, it was heartfelt. A few other characters that I want to highlight, and I hope I get this right. And once again, I'm looking at the characters. Dwight Henry, who played Isaac Turner. I always say her name wrong. And Anjanou Ellis, who plays Nancy. Gabrielle Union is in this film. She plays Esther. We have Roger Smith, who plays Isaiah. Tony Espinosa, who plays the young Nat Turner, was phenomenal in this film, and the list goes on. The cast that was selected. Coleman Domingo plays Hark. Asia Naomi King plays Cherry. These characters are, the way he cast, the way they decided to cast this movie, I loved it. And I appreciated the showmanship of these actors and actresses getting on the screen and bringing it to life. And everybody's interpretation of history, when they bring it to life on the film, of course, it has some embellishments. I read a few articles saying that, the film is not accurate in its entirety. But baby, you cannot deny that black women as slaves were raped. You cannot deny that these slave masters were cruel. You cannot deny that no matter the hardship, that these black men and women were not broken. You cannot deny that even though they were beat and whipped and physically manipulated, just all of these things, you cannot deny that they were not conquerors. Like, you cannot deny all of these things that happened. But when Nat Turner was ready, his people with him were ready. And a key thing that I learned with this film is that you have to be careful of the circle you keep. There's a betrayal that takes place in this film that is heartbreaking. The love between Nat Turner and his wife is one of the most amazing love stories. When it got to the end, when it came down to the end, and he was publicly hanged, his skin sold off in the auction, and his skull, on display, and all of these things that were done to him. In 48 hours, he changed the course of American history. In 48 hours, this rebellion, this revolt, it scared the hell out of white America. It scared them. What power is it when a group of people come together? What power? All black people need to see this movie. All black people need to see this movie. Your children and your children's children. I don't care what they say about Nate Parker. You push on and you fight through. This is a good film. It's a good movie. And everybody needs to see it, because I'm about to get emotional about this again. So I'm not going to get emotional. But you need to see this film. Incredible. Thumbs up. I'm going to continue to support and see this film. I saw it box office opening weekend, and it's worth every penny. So go see The Birth of a Nation. Great movie. And I'm gonna get back to my vacation in all of my natural glory. I don't think I've ever done a movie review stripped down like this, but why not? So go see The Birth of a Nation. Follow me on my social media, my Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. It's Nori Nori, ITS, NORI, and I'll see you on the next movie review.